Hello and welcome. My name is William Rupnick. I'll be doing a presentation today on Monero Mining for Infos 110. Before I get into what Monero is and my experience mining it, I wanted to give a high-level overview of the history of cryptocurrency and what exactly mining it is. To do so, we're going to go back to the start, back to Bitcoin. Bitcoin was the first functional cryptocurrency created in 2008 by a person under the alias Satoshi Nakamoto. Bitcoin is open source, so any developer can view Bitcoin's source code to understand how it works on a technical level. You can see on the right is a graphic. This is the original Bitcoin.org webpage. You can still see the open source of Bitcoin at this address, download it, view it, see how it works on a technical level that way. Bitcoin uses a combination of cryptography, digital signatures, and public blockchain to verify transactions without one central authority. This means that no one person or group of people can control or affect the Bitcoin network. In 2008, when it was first listed, Bitcoin was traded at around 8 cents a coin. Since then, cryptocurrency has exploded and gained recognition as a legitimate financial tool. Currently, as we all know, Bitcoin is trading at almost $19,000. When we were assigned this project, and I was coming up with ideas of what I wanted to present on, I thought then, okay, we'll try and mine some Bitcoin. Well, what does cryptocurrency mining actually mean? Mining is the process of spending computing power to process transactions, simply put. Miners perform this work because they can earn newly created Bitcoins issued into existence according to the Bitcoin fixed formula. Miners compete with each other across the network for rewards. The more computational power, the less of a chance to receive a reward for any individual miner. To solve this problem, a mining pool can be used. A mining pool is a collection or group of miners working together to increase their chances of finding a block. The miners in a pool will then be rewarded proportional to their computational power in the pool. So say my pool is awarded a block of Bitcoin, 1 Bitcoin, and I have about 10% of the power in that pool. I would earn about a tenth of a Bitcoin, approximately. So naively, I thought, let's mine some Bitcoin, get rich. You know, everyone knows what Bitcoin is. We'll mine some, show everyone our newly minted Bitcoin, and it'll be great. Well, we ran into a few problems doing that. First problem is my laptop. My laptop was released in 2015. It has a very outdated processor. It's a consumer Asus laptop. It's designed for word processing, internet browsing, things of that nature. My laptop is capable of outputting about 700 hashes per second. What this means is it is able to hash about 700 individual pieces of information per second on the blockchain. Unfortunately, my laptop is competing with ASIC miners on the Bitcoin network. What is an ASIC miner? ASIC miners were released in 2018. They're hardware specifically designed for mining cryptocurrency. Every electrical circuit, every piece of hardware and component in this thing is designed to produce as much Bitcoin as possible within the shortest period of time, as efficiently as possible. This little guy is able to output about 500 million hashes per second, so in the factor of thousands more times more powerful than my computer. As you can imagine, this creates a little bit of a disadvantage for me mining against thousands of these ASIC miners stacked on each other, as you can see in the bottom right graphic. This is in part due to the way the Bitcoin algorithm works. It directly correlates hash rate to the size of the reward. This means if I have 5 times more hash rate than you, I will get about 5 times more of a reward on the back end. Those with more resources, more efficient setups that can scale their setups up, have an intrinsic advantage mining Bitcoin. So this makes it functionally impossible for me to mine any significant amount of Bitcoin in a realistic time frame. This is where Monero comes along. Monero was created in 2014. It addresses one of the known security flaws in the Bitcoin network, and that is that some of the transaction data, such as account balance and transaction amounts, are not securely encrypted. What this means is that if you're able to view enough of this information, you may be able to create patterns of a user and eventually identify them. This is obviously a problem for users that don't want their financial information accessible by hackers, governments, or anyone really. Monero solves this problem by introducing a more technically sophisticated encryption on transaction data and really making sure that every bit of transaction data that could identify users is obfuscated and encrypted. So what this ultimately means is that Monero users and transactions are completely anonymous and private. Another way that Monero is different from Bitcoin is the algorithm that is used to hash blocks. Monero uses the RandomX algorithm, which is designed to be resistant to the commercial-grade mining hardware we talked about in the last slide. So for me, this is perfect. It's more rewarding. I'll actually get a tangible reward that I can withdraw, and I'm not competing against stacks on stacks on stacks of the newest, most powerful mining hardware. So how do we mine Monero? I mined Monero using a mining software called XMRig. The image on the right is a screen grab of XMRig after I started it up and let it run for 5 minutes or so. There's a lot of technical jargon in there. Really, the two important things you'll see here is this first arrow pointing to the purple text that says new job from uswest.minexmr.com. That is my mining pool sending packets of new blockchain data for my computer to hash. It refers to my computer beginning to solve the newest block of Monero. So we have successfully connected at this point. We are receiving transactions and blocks to validate. The second arrow that says accepted, 1/0, it means my CPU has actually successfully solved the hash for some part of the new block, or the pool that my computer is a part of has successfully solved the hash for a part of the new block. The way I had this configured, this reward in the form of Monero is sent and stored on the mining pool's website. And on said website, we are able to look at our hash rate, our stats, how our computer is performing, and what kind of rewards we are able to withdraw based on that. This is the MineXMR stats page dashboard for my address. You'll see these blue kind of areas on the graph here. What this represents is my computer's hash rate over time. You'll see that I am running XMRig, starting it up at about midnight, 11:30 some of these nights, and letting it run through the night just to see what kind of hash rates we can reach, and trying to mine a significant amount of Monero that we can withdraw. As you see here, there is a payment threshold and payment fee that has to be reached before I can actually withdraw. So you need to invest a certain amount of computing power and time and investment into these pools before you'll even be able to withdraw your currency, which is one potential downside and thing that one must look for when selecting a pool. You might be asking yourself why I didn't run XMRig continuously over this time and maximize the amount of Monero. The answer to that is fairly simple. It takes up about 60% of my computer's processing power, so when I am trying to watch a lecture or do anything in a word processor or play video games or stream music, I'm simply unable to, or my computer's performance suffers and makes things very laggy. So we had to turn it off during the day and only mine at night. And here is the wallet that we sent our payout to. This is a desktop wallet software that I downloaded onto my computer that securely stores the Monero. This is password protected and 2FA protected as well. You want to make sure you have those features in a desktop cryptocurrency wallet so that your cryptocurrency is always secure. And as we see here, I have successfully received my small quantity of XMR. We have 0.00093348 XMR. Mission accomplished. We have mined some cryptocurrency. And now let's see how we did. So this slide represents some of the costs, the cost-benefit analysis surrounding using Monero. And these types of cryptocurrency calculators can be found for pretty much any crypto coin. Basically, you're going to input the hashing power of your computer, the power consumption of your computer, the cost of electricity in your area, and the pool fee. From entering in all of that, we can see that I am set to make about $1.72 a month in Monero with this hash rate. Not a ton of money, but essentially we're making a profit, right? It's not that simple, unfortunately. As you can see, these calculations are without a kilowatt per hour entered. So this is essentially if I was receiving free electricity, what my pure profit would be. Here you can see that same calculation table with the actual power costs. In Wisconsin, 11 cents per kilowatt hour. And that really changes the calculations. As you can see, we're now running in the red, losing about $1.85 a month. So yeah, it's costing us about $3.50 a month to make about $1.70 a month, which is not very worth it. Conclusions. So in total, we mined around 12 cents worth of Monero, which is good. I was quite satisfied with that. Unfortunately, we consumed about 23 cents worth of power, so this results in a net loss of 9 cents. This is worth touching on quickly, that this net loss is only in the short term. There's lots of cryptocurrency mining that is being done for medium to long-term profit. And the way that that can be achieved is if the value of this cryptocurrency goes up by a factor of 5 to 10 at some point in the future, then all of the cryptocurrency that I've mined in the present will also increase in value exponentially. So mining cryptocurrency at a loss in the short term in order to make money in the medium to long term is something that's being done and something that is worth looking into. Unfortunately, we didn't get rich mining cryptocurrency. However, knowledge is the ultimate reward. I learned a ton about encryption, hashing, features of different cryptocurrency, crypto mining, the general and fascinating history of cryptocurrency, cryptocurrency exchange hacks, so much more. I would encourage anyone else who's interested to look into crypto mining. I was kind of intimidated by this concept. It seemed very technical to me. and that it might be a frustrating challenge, but with no programming knowledge, really, I was able to set up the mining software, the wallet software, and get everything running within a day or two. So if I can do it, you certainly can too, if you're interested. And the final point is just a thanks for watching. I look forward to watching the other presentations, and everyone have a lovely holiday break.